Vitality is our ability to have spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bliss. Some call it paradise. We call it a game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we're talking about today is why so many Black women gotta be focused on being a bad bee, okay? This whole concept of being a bee, a baddie, a bad bee, this, that, and the third, always something associated with being a B word. Black women are really taking this as another badge of honor, something that used to be offensive to be called as a woman, and now we call ourselves that. But what we need to start doing, especially when we're talking about being a bad bee, is start telling the truth about what that is. So I'm going to share with you just a post, like an IG post. It's a little bit of a clip. And I'm just going to share that with you really quickly, and I'm going to read it for you, and then I'm going to come back with my perspective on it. So let me go ahead. Let me share with you. And here we go. Let me mute it so I can read it. It says, my bad bee days were really, like, that's the kind of emoji it is. I looked amazing though. Hair on point, face beat to the gods, body straight bodying, party life lit, sex life turned. That outer life was beautiful. That inner life was dying. So let me stop that for a moment there. And let's talk for a bit about what the young lady wrote there. And that was a post on her page. Shout out to that young lady who ended up doing the work on herself, on her inner values. And I wanted to just really talk about her saying that her inner life was dying. And she listed all the things that's important to Black women now, especially younger Black women, but there's a lot of old ones that's doing the same thing. So I'm not even gonna try to just pin that on the young generation. It's a lot of you old cats out here. Y'all not kittens. Y'all out here old alley cats trying to do the same thing that these young girls is out here, these young kittens is out here doing. And she listed all of the things. Her being pretty, her getting money, her, her sex life was lit, her party life was lit. All of these things was going on. The outer life, she was bodied up, she was hair on point, makeup, everything. She was desirable, right? She's desirable. Her outer life, perfect according to the loss value system. Her inner life, dying. She used the word dying. And this is extremely important because that bad bee life, that's not your best life. That is not a lit life. That is the kind of life that you live when your inner life is in shambles. That being a bad bee is a distraction from the chaos and the sheer just craziness of your actual life. So when you live the life of a bad bee, you're living a fast life. You're living a life that you always ripping and running the street. You always in and out. You ain't never sitting down. You ain't never just chilling. You ain't never just relaxing. You ain't never just thinking. You ain't never just, you either sleep, having sex, Might be going to work if y'all are working. Some of y'all don't work. And you're going out. Either with your friends or you with this guy, and then you turn around and be with that guy, and you turn around and be with that. So whatever the case may be. But you ain't never sitting nowhere just chilling. You ain't never sitting nowhere just enjoying you a cup of tea somewhere, looking out the window and thinking over your day. Like, you ain't never doing that. Okay? Your inner life is dead. You don't have any knowledge of self. You don't have any self-worth. You've got low self-esteem. Everything around you is in chaos all the time. You're spending money you don't get. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're begging this guy. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, toot it up. So this guy pay for it. You're trying to get a cash out from that guy to pay for the hair so you can go over and impress that guy. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. This is a constant rat race that you got going on. Not to mention the use of drugs and alcohol and sex as an opiate and as a distraction from your actual everyday life. Because you don't stop to think about nothing because you can't stop to think about it. You don't stop to think about anything going on in your life because you can't. And the reason why you can't is because it's too depressing. It's too depressing. A lot of y'all out here that's bad bees, depressed. I remember a long time ago, this was years and years ago, I seen a little clip and it stuck with me. It was a clip of, I forgot her name, but is it Sky? I forget her name. But she was on, what is it? Black Ink Crew. You know that reality show. She's on that show. And she was crying miserably. And the one thing she said, I just wanted to be a bad bee. It was the one whomever or whatever her name is, she had got a lot of, backwood surgeries and all that kind of stuff. It was messing her body up. And she, got no real relationship with her children, things of that nature. And that was her focus. This woman's life was completely in ruins, in tatters. And she's crying in the camera. So I just wanted to be a bad bee. And it's like, this was your priority. This was your concern. And you could understand why. Because when you took a step back and looked at her life, she didn't have anything good going on in her life. She didn't have anything to be proud of. She didn't have any accomplishments. She didn't have accomplishments professionally. She didn't have accomplishments as a mother. She didn't have accomplishments as a woman. She didn't have accomplishments at all that anybody would actually be proud of and look at her and say, yeah, this woman is really doing it. No, not at all. Children all in the system. I think a grown boy didn't like her. This is the one that got in a fight with her own son. Okay? Living a life trying to make it seem like, you're on top of your game, that you're on top of your life. But really, you always on the edge of the abyss. You're always on the ledge about to fall in. You got 1 foot on the ledge and 1 foot on a banana peel about to fall in. And only maybe your closest confidant really know the truth about how miserable your life is. But you cover it up with the drugs, the drinking, the popping pills, smoking weed, whatever it is you're doing. Constantly on that Henny, on that goose, whatever. Out your mind. Constantly zoning out with sex. You purposely go get trains ran on you and, random. It's always a random man. It's not one random man or two, once and again, you kind of, you do your little something, but you ain't really about that. You ain't really about that 3 or 4 life like that. No. Y'all jump hands and feet into it. Every time you turn around, you're at a hotel somewhere with men that you barely know. That said they would cash out you a certain amount if you let him and his boys run a train on you. That kind of thing. And you're in a daze. The whole time you're in a daze because this is a drug. This action right here, this is an opiate for you. Something to make you feel good in a moment. And then after you're done with that, you feel like trash. After you done drinking, you feel like trash. After you done smoking and you come off that high, you feel like trash. After you come off the high of the pill, you feel like trash. Because this is the only thing that you know how to do instead of actually stopping, pulling back, and actually fixing your life. You don't take time to reflect on the failures, the pain, and why you do what you do in a manner of not feeling sorry for yourself in a woe is me, a pity party. I mean, taking reflection on your failures and your pain and things that you do, why you do what you do in order to heal them, in order to actually look for the solution in your life. Get yourself together according to the 10 life values, according to these right here. Your spiritual value, your health value, your family, your appearance, your dwelling, all of these things. Y'all running around here talking about y'all living y'all best life and got 4 kids and all of them in the system. You may or may not know where your children are. Maybe your family members got them and maybe they in a foster home somewhere that you can't reach. Y'all running around here posting on Instagram like you living your best life, but your house look like a hoarder's house. It looked like a landfill. You posting pictures knowing 4 days ago you got an abortion. This is how your life is. Behind the scenes, when you take a look behind the curtain, begging for attention. Like I said, always ripping and running the street. You ain't never sitting down. You ain't never sitting down. You ain't that busy. You're just trying to distract yourself. Ain't nobody stupid. And when somebody calls you out, because there's always that one individual that tries to bring it to your attention that you're ripping and running and doing all this stuff to search for a validation that you can't give yourself, you actually say they hating on you to justify why you're not going to listen to it and why you're not going to take heed to anything that they say. And you get mad at them because a hit dog always holler. They trying to wire you up, trying to help you out, Chief, and you won't let them do it because you're not ready to stop. You're not ready to stop and face the music. The whole time you feel yourself spiraling down, sinking deeper and deeper until you find rock bottom, whatever that is for you. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes rock bottom is too late for you to stop, turn around, and do anything about any of this stuff that any of these things that you brought on yourself. When you look around and take stock and take inventory of your life, and it is a complete mess, it is in 100% breakdown in every important area. When you take a look at what your life really is, a lot of times it's too late. You can't go back to them relationships and repair them. You certainly can't undo all them randoms you was doing. You can't unpop them pills. You can't undrink those drinks. You can't unembarrass yourself. But you focused on being a bad bee. This is what a lot of bad bees don't tell you about. Their part. The only part you see is the glamorous Instagram shot, and who knows where these women are. Who knows what they're doing. That's just a snapshot of her life. You don't know what is going on with her. You don't know what's really going on with her and the kind of life she's actually living while you trying to aspire to an image that you see. And some of y'all old ones know all of this stuff I'm talking about, and you still focused on being a bad bee. Girl, you too old for that. Y'all that's my age and all that kind of stuff, older, still trying to be bad, still trying to be sexy, still, I still got it. No, you don't. You don't have it. You might still be a good looking older woman or whatever. I'm not saying just because you got older, you got ugly, but I'm just saying you're not 22 no more. So you just need to sit down. It's time for you to sit down. You had your moment. And if you didn't make nothing out of it, that's too bad. So sad. Life goes on. There's another crop of 22-year-olds that done took your place and you're done now. That's all it is. You'll be all right. We trying to stop the other 22-year-olds from making your mistake. That's what we doing. All right? So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.